Right, we'll get started. I've got 6:30 on my clock. I don't want to hold everybody up. I've got still people signing on, so we're doing good. I was glad to see a lot of people signing on and visiting our club. We definitely appreciate it. I just want to say thank you again for allowing me to be your president for another year for 2022. I'm looking forward to working with our board team and doing some revisions and seeing what we can do to improve some of the club features and see if we can't try to meet in person, but I'll talk more about that when I get to my presentation. What I would like to do is I don't see Blake on here. I'm gonna go ahead and go over some of the bee talk and then introduce you to our current 2022 Honey Queen and Honey Princess. And then I have a little presentation to show. I just want to let everybody know, but as far as the bee talk goes, I don't have a PowerPoint slide. We are looking for somebody to take over our bee talk. I've talked with Mary Risinger about possibly getting the queens to do some of it. And so we may see some different changes on there, but as far as for the January tips, is just making sure that you're checking your beehives. We still got a few cold days that are coming about. This morning, I think I got out this morning, it was about 26 degrees. And then still is about 8:30-ish. It was still 31. So there's a lot of cold weather. They're going to consume a lot inside the hive. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of stores for them inside the hive. If you can get a warm day this afternoon, wasn't too bad. I saw a few bees flying, but there wasn't a whole lot. You may give them a quick check on the back end. It's what we call like the lift test, where you're lifting up that super, checking to see the weight. If it does feel kind of light, you might want to go in and check to make sure everything is okay. You may need to do some pollen patties or maybe some syrup in there. But this is a good time to start checking on them, especially if we've got some warm weather. I think some of our temperatures this week, they're going to be cold in the morning, but by the afternoon, they should be up in the upper 50s and I think a couple of days in the 60s. So it'll give you a good opportunity to look into your hives. If you see some bees flying and you can get in there really quick and do a quick check on them, I wouldn't go looking for the queen and stuff, but just see if you're seeing any signs of any eggs or larvae or anything like that. And just the food stores, I would do a quick check on them. I know for us commercial guys and then some of our sideliners, we're getting ready to set our stuff up for California for the almond pollination. And so we've got to do some checks ourselves. If you plan on splitting your hives this next year, if you're still looking pretty good, now's the time to start preparing for that. Giving a call to some of your queen breeders, get on their list. You definitely want to have your equipment ready if you haven't already. So you need to make those purchases, get that all lined up. Hopefully we'll have some people that maybe talk about splits, and we're hoping here at Sabine Creek that maybe by this summer we can start doing some advanced classes as far as like splitting or anything. We've done it before. We had Dr. Larry Connor come out and we did a splits class out there. I don't know if we would spend the money to get him all the way out here. We did have such a bad season this year, so we're kind of slowing some of our resources to help us get through the year. Cleaning old frames, if you got some old frames to clean up, checking your supers. If you had them stored for the wax moth, making sure that the crystals are still good. You want to make sure that they're ready to go and make sure you haven't had any problems with that. And then, like I said, kind of do your inventory check as far as what you may need. If you're just not going to worry about the splits for this year and just keep going on. Like I said, some of them have shrunk down on size. Don't be alarmed. They do that when it comes through the winter time, but you can still help make sure that they had the stores in there to keep going on. Because once we start getting those warm days, and sometimes it'll kick off in February, the queen will start laying and she will start getting that March ready. Now, hopefully we won't have the snowmageddon like we had last year and do some freak cold weather, but I think everything's going to be looking good for this year. I think we'll have some more cold weather, but I think we'll still have some of our warm days. I don't think we need to really worry about the broil mites right now because as cool as it's been, but you may want to go ahead and start prepping yourself for, when you start checking for varroa mites, you definitely want to go ahead and start making your purchases. I think some of the prices are still good for right now, but as everything has been around here, prices have been going up. So you may want to go ahead and start trying to purchase some of that. You know, what you're going to be treating with this next year. And same thing with your woodenware, anything like that. You may want to go ahead and start buying some of that up while we're still in some of the cheaper season. I've heard rumors that the lumber and all that's going to start going up, so prices of the boxes may start going up as you start to look and purchase those. I have not seen a new 2022 catalog for Day yet or Man Lake, so I'm sure if it's they should be soon mailed out. Okay, let me answer that real quick. There's a chat on there. If you requeen the hive in the summer, do you still suggest requeening in the spring, 9 months, or do you hold off? So you got two options as far as the requeening goes. I would say look at the laying patterns. For me, whether I requeened in that summertime or not, we're still requeening every year anyway. But what I would do is look at some of the patterns, and we may end up doing that ourselves too, is if she still has a good laying pattern, it's not spotty, and it still looks like a good solid pattern that's going in there and it's got the right shape, I would say probably go ahead and keep her again, just to save a little money. But I would still look at possibly, you know, if she does start failing, then you want to go ahead and replace her. But if she comes on the springtime and still putting lots of brood in, everything, you know, I would say leave her in there and then check back later on and see about requeening. I wouldn't go ahead and just go ahead and requeen her right away. I know that the price range on some of these I'm seeing right now for queens is about $30 to $35. It may go up from there, but I know that's a couple I've seen here. I have a presentation deal in here for a new queen breeder in Texas, so it's a possibility to get with her too. I don't know what her prices are going to be, but that was from the TBA conference. All right, so if there's not any more questions, I would like to present to you our 2022 Honey Queen, Gretchen Tschetter, and our Honey Princess, Ayla Summer. They were in our scholarship class, and I'll let them introduce themselves, but it's great to see them again and seeing that they're going to come along and help us again this next year. So I don't know which one's going first, but let's go ahead and take it away.
So my name is Ayla Sumer, and it's an honor to be speaking to you as your 2022 Collin County Honey Princess. I'm incredibly excited for the opportunity to represent the Collin County Hobby Beekeeping Association and be part of the organization's mission of promoting the beekeeping industry and the importance of bees. Thank you so much for your support of the Collin County Honey Queen, Princess, and Scholarship programs. These programs are incredibly important in getting people of all ages involved with beekeeping. I am 16 years old and a junior in high school at the Hockaday School. I first became interested in bees through biology class, where we were discussing their fascinating social structure and their important role in pollination. Wanting to learn more about the species, I applied for the 2021 Youth Scholarship and was accepted into the program. Through this opportunity, I was able to interact with bees for the first time and learn more about the beekeeping industry. Since this learning opportunity and keeping my own hive, my interest in beekeeping and bees has only grown. As Collin County's Honey Princess, my personal goals include first, learning more about commercial beekeeping through talking to experts in the field and joining them for their day-to-day work, such as hive inspections, extractions, bottling. My second personal goal, is studying and taking the Master Beekeeping exam, the Texas Master Beekeeping exam, to increase knowledge of beekeeping in the state. My professional goals include first, researching native plant forage for honeybee nutrition through talking to experts in the field and developing a handout which highlights information learned to give out at promotions. Second, developing a presentation about planting for honeybees and presenting this presentation to community gardens. I'm incredibly excited to be able to work with people of all ages and spread my knowledge and passion for beekeeping. Thank you so much for your support. If you're interested in scheduling a presentation starting this month, no matter the group size, please contact Ms. Raysinger at honeyqueenchair@cchba.org to schedule an event. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gretchen Cheddar, and I am honored to be your honey queen. I am very excited to be a part of this program and promote honey, bees, and the beekeeping industry. I am currently a senior at Wiley High School, where I participate in both choir and debate. I began beekeeping last year as part of the scholarship program because I too was fascinated about the species of bees. I've really enjoyed learning about bees this past year, and I can't wait to teach others about them. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be able to do that. I also have a few goals for this year. Throughout this year, I would like to better my speaking skills by taking words such as out of my sentences. I would also like to study for and take the Texas Master Beekeepers exam in order to learn more about honeybees. My next goal is to research and experiment with things that you can make from the products of the beehive. I would like to experiment with making soap, lotion, and candles, and I would like to develop a product demonstration where I demonstrate how to make one of these products. My last goal is to be able to speak at least 3 festivals or fairs so I can teach a wide variety of people about honeybees. If you know of any opportunities for me or Isla to present, please contact Mary at honeyqueenshare@cchba.org. We would love to speak to anybody, no matter the group size, and we are even ready as soon as this month. Thank you again for your help and this opportunity.
Thank you, ladies. I'm so excited to have y'all on this year. I think that it's been beneficial to have a queen and a princess, and I'm looking forward to hear about your different education and opportunities you'll have to speak on there through our monthly meeting. So thank you again, and good luck. All right, so now I have a couple presentations, and hopefully you can see them. First off, usually we do this at our December meeting. So we do have a President's Award and the John Talbert Meritorious Service Award. Our President Award is just, it's an individual that I see, as the president, I see that made a successful contribution to our club and earned the recognition. And I know with this COVID times that we've had and being online and Zoom, that one of the persons that has definitely worked his tail off. He kept me in line a couple times and kept me on track. But Scott Benedito, you are our President Award recipient. So I have your plaque here. I just need to get with you sometime to get this presented to you and take some pictures. But I definitely like to say thank you for myself, all the hard work you did as far as keeping our newsletter together, and helping with the calendars this year. So definitely kudos to you. I know it's just a plaque and it's not much recognition, but we definitely appreciate all that you've done for us. And also mentioned in my presentation a little later on, Scott's job is kind of taken away, and we're going to need a new newsletter editor. So definitely need to look forward to that. If you're interested, then just let us know. We do have our business meetings, and you can get on there. Blake Shook is our John Talbert Meritorious Service Award winner. If you don't know Blake, he's been with our club since he was a scholarship student, and he's definitely well deserving of this award. He served as our president. He served as a scholarship committee member, got our scholarship program really kicked off, and he actually was going around to different clubs all over the United States, presenting the way we set it up and getting other youth scholarships started. So he has definitely been a benefit not only to our club, but the beekeeping industry and all. So thank you, Blake.
Thank you, Skip, and CCHBA, and yeah, I mean that is such an honor. I'm completely shocked to get that, and it's double an honor to get it from CCHBA and because it's John Talbert's award. And if it wasn't for CCHBA and if it wasn't for John Talbert, I would never be a beekeeper and wouldn't have the career that I've been blessed to have. And so I'm so appreciative to John and CCHBA. And This is my 20th year in CCHBA, so it's been an incredible influence in my life, and I couldn't thank all of you enough.
Well, thank you, Blake. Like I said, I know you've done a lot. I see your name on a lot of stuff that I've been researching for the club, and it's definitely, like I said, I know it's well deserved. And so this award, the John Talbert Meritorious Service Award, is voted on by those that have received the award. So Blake will go into the ranks, and next year will be on that selection committee. So right now it'll be my dad, John Talbert, Mike Hatch, who received it the previous year, and Blake Shook. So it's not done by anybody of our CCHBA board. It's actually done by those that have received the award. So it goes through a selection process between the three. And as we grow, it'll get bigger, and we'll have more people to actually make that selection. Actually, that's the way the TBA does their John Thomas Meritorious Award, and that's how they do their selections there. So I'm always glad to have groups of our membership that are actually looking out and seeing and who is deserving of an award, not just from the board itself. But congratulations to both Scott and Blake. And I will go ahead and share my screen and give you my presentation. So CCHBA 2022, where do we go from here? So going through the kind of what we did last year, I kind of gave you tips about what CCHBA was, what we were here for, and we've done a year, especially with the COVID and going online. So there's definitely some changes I think needs to be done, and I want to kind of go from there. So where do we go from here? What's our purpose? So if you've looked on our website before, we're organized as an educational organization and engaged in a lot of different activities. It's a lot of networking. We hopefully get back to some in-person opportunities where we can share our information back and forth. Sometimes even on here through the Zoom, we do have it online. It's just not the opportunity that we have. And unless you're talking to another beekeeper or running into them, you're really not sharing what is happening. I know if you go to Texas Bee Supply, there's a few people you can talk to there, but it's just not the same as being in a large group and talking about beekeeping. We definitely want to promote beekeeping in the Collin County area. So that's going to be a great opportunity for our Queen and Princess to go out there and educate some of our different clubs that they have that they want a speaking engagement to our different schools. So that's an opportunity there. And then working with various organizations like TBA, ABF, and those as far as promoting beekeeping information. So where do we need to go? So volunteers, we have lots of volunteer open positions. Programs, what kind of specific education needs are there? So if you have things that we haven't talked about, or you just need a refresher, let us know. Meeting location, like I said, Zoom is okay, but networking is better. So we'll definitely start looking for a place that we can start meeting. And then of course we have our online program. I think even if we start meeting in person, we'll still have to have some benefits of the online, like through our YouTube, but I will talk about that in a minute. So volunteers, our open positions currently on the board is special programs and projects. We have lots of different things like that come under like our calendar, our Christmas banquet, and they're just kind of overseeing our different programs. We do have the picnic that we haven't had in several years, but that's one of those special projects. And then so there's different opportunities there as a special programs and projects person to kind of lead those and make sure we're getting those together. Our promotions person is a board position. They're helping us build our brochures and different items there. And like I mentioned earlier in the meeting, the newsletter editor, that's one of the positions that's going to be open this year, and we'd like to get that one filled. That newsletter is I think beneficial to our members, just for information from a couple of our board members. We'll have information from our queens, and we'd like to keep that together and keep it going. Like I said, some of the non-board positions are just as far as our Christmas banquet and auction, our calendar editor. Thank you, Scott, again for doing the 2022 calendar. But it does take a little bit of time, but like I said, if we get to working on this, our calendar editor can take the lead on that. And most of this is already done for you. Just have to update the dates. So we do have that available to you. And of course, our Bee Talk. I said Blake's been doing this for several years now. I understand. He's willing to still help in a couple areas, but I think it's time to get some new blood up in here and have some different speakers in there. I know there's lots of experience out there. We will definitely have some PowerPoint set up for you, but like I said, those are talking points, and you can definitely apply your experience to that. As far as our activities, what can we do this year? I am hearing through the grapevine that some of the colleges are going back to online programs, so I don't know what kind of restrictions we'll have this year. But if we can get away with meeting together and be safe, I would definitely like to do that. Like I said, I think beekeeping is a networking opportunity there, and you don't learn unless you're talking to other beekeepers. It's kind of like farming. If you're not talking to the different farmers and doing that time, it just don't get the value of I think the beekeeping thing. Mentors. We do have somebody that is lead over our mentors. We just haven't had as much focus on that, and that's going to be another focus this year, is trying to make sure our mentor program is definitely beneficial to our club members. So we'll get that together. I know I'll have to put out I'll get it in one of the newsletters, but the mentors email group, I think it's mentor@cchba.org. But I'll definitely look into that and make sure that email is put out there through me putting it out, and I'll get it posted to our Facebook page. And of course, the Texas Master Beekeepers program, we definitely want to give everybody an opportunity. I'm trying to keep the dates involved in that one. If you're interested, it is online through the Texas Apiary Inspection Service. Mary down there has got the lead on that one. But I know she's got a good crew down there that is helping her out to make sure that is a success there. And I'm not for sure of the dates on that one yet. So just be advised on that one. I'm not for sure on the dates. So as far as our Texas Master Beekeepers, if you are in the program, we would love to build a master list and try to help with education opportunities and mentorship opportunities. We do have several events. Just like last year, we had several of our master beekeepers doing some presentations around the areas because we didn't have a queen and princess. But we definitely want to get that opportunity out there. So if there's opportunities that our queen and princess can't do and you would be able to fulfill, we would love to give you those education opportunities. As far as the mentorship goes, there'll be some that will need to do mentor hours. We would definitely like to pair you up with in our mentor program with the mentee and give you that opportunity to get those hours that you need for those. And it is a great opportunity. Like I said, with a small group, you can definitely pass on your experience there and tips and tricks on how to do beekeeping. And it makes it for a great opportunity there. So we definitely like to push you towards that Texas Master Beekeepers if you're interested. If you need help as far as getting that together, like I said, we'd like to get that master list together so we can get you on that list. And like I said, once those opportunities are available, myself or Patrick, our secretary, we can make sure that information is passed along and gotten to you or to somebody that can take that. So like I said, once we build a master list, it's going to make it easier for us to start making those contacts. All right, so some of our programs we have, of course, Beekeeping 101, since we're still online, well, we still have those available on our YouTube. I know that we have our speaker group is getting put together. Stephen Poole, our still current vice president, has been working on that one. And so we're trying to get our speaking engagements together. Like I said, if you have education requirements that you're looking for or that we were missing, and it's just you think it'd be a good idea to present to the club, please contact us. You can do either the president at cchba.org or vice president at cchba.org. And we will definitely get those and see what we can do about getting those education opportunities. Like I said, we have our Honey Queen and Princess. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this year and seeing what they do. and also our scholarship group. Currently, right now, we have two. We did have three, but we had one drop out. He was going to be driving from a long distance. So that was one of the factors that when we did select him, that he would have to make that decision, and he bowed out himself. But we do have opportunities elsewhere. Like I said, our Honey Queen and Princess, they have education opportunities. If you want to be part of their committee members, you can still get with Mary and be on that committee member, which helps those girls in education opportunities and approves through the board there. And then Mary presents it to our board at CCHBA. So they have their own board, kind of like their committee that gets approvals or definitely relooks and makes sure we're following our guidelines. I said it's a great promotion opportunity for the club and beekeeping, but it's also another recruitment opportunity for getting scholarship students. So when they presented before, a lot of the ones that came through our scholarship program said, hey, we heard from a presentation from our queen or the princess and said, we got really interested in beekeeping. So they got into our scholarship program. And of course they have online opportunities. So there's possibilities there. If we do get into engagements that we cannot meet in person, that they'll still be able to do some opportunities there online. But our scholarship program, like I said, you've heard the girls that came through our program this last year. That is a opportunity there that does produce some of our a lot of our queens and princesses. So a lot of them did come through the scholarship program, and you can become part of that committee there. It's at scholarships@cchba.org, or you can talk to Shannon LaGrave or myself. I am on the committee as far as because a lot of the classes are taught here at CCH at the Sabine Creek Honey Farm. So I felt that it was a need to have myself on that committee, not just as the president, but as a education mentor. But are we providing the best program? So that's one of the things we need to look at. Can we make improvements? Oh, I'm sure we can. But we need better, more eyes. Like I said, I've been on there, Shannon's been on there, Hayden's been on there for a while. It does take some new blood to come in there and give us a fresh look at what we're doing. And like I said, we have lots of opportunities to make the program even better. Like I said, back when Blake started it, we were the kind of the guideline for most beekeeping clubs to start their own scholarship program, and even through the nation. So like I said, we did put out a good program. Can it be better? I'm sure it can. So, that's an opportunity out there to help us improve the program. One of the things is, where do we get our next applicants for? We used to run 10 to 12. Once the COVID kind of hit, we backed it off to about 6. And this year we're looking at 2. But that's okay. We will train and do our best with the scholarship students we have. Like I said, it's an opportunity for education, and you never know where they might go. If you look at Blake, like I said, he started off as a scholarship student, and now he's nationally known and actually internationally known, because he was back when he first started and really getting into the program, he was actually invited out to New Zealand and presented out to the New Zealand club out there. And like I said, that's opportunity that's a once in a lifetime thing. But like I said, because of the opportunity that he had through CCHBA, he's gone on to great and better things. And so, and he's actually, I'm not for sure if he's still sitting on the honey board, but he was one of our national honey board members. And so, like I said, he's done a lot of stuff for beekeeping industry that started here at CCHBA. And then also you need to see that there are starting other clubs. I just did the Lamar County presentation last week, and they do have a scholarship program for there. So, that is another opportunity. So these that we're pulling in from like Sulphur Springs and stuff like that, like I said, that is a long drive to come all the way to Collin County, but now we know that there's an opportunity, closer to them. And same thing with Denton. Last time I talked to them, they were starting up their scholarship program. So I don't know how many they take on, but like I said, as Collin County, we can be beneficial to other clubs and steering young students that would love to learn the program, may not be able to drive all the way here to our Collin County club, but they're somewhere closer. So, yeah, it's not an opportunity for Collin County, but like I said, it is opportunity for beekeeping and in the beekeeping industry. So meeting locations. This is one of my top priorities this year. Not only for improvements into our club, but trying to get us back together and networking. So this is what we're kind of looking for. A central location is McKinney. Like I said, we have lots of people driving from all over the area. I'm actually in the southeast lower region of Collin County, and then we have some all the way to the northern edge of Collin County. Even some of them are outside the area, but they still stay a part of our club. So we like to keep it centrally located in McKinney. I'm looking for possibly a facility to start off with about 100 people, but we need a facility for 200. So if you got some ideas out there, we'd definitely like to hear from you. Because like I said, I think the last one we got to start up, there was about 34 that showed up for that meeting. So like I said, that maybe we can start off with a facility that can hold 100. If we start overstepping the 100, then we'll start looking for that facility for 200. But like I said, we definitely want to be safe and keep everybody there. But like I said, this is possibly a technical support issue as far as making sure that we can present this online and be beneficial for our club members. Definitely look at the cost. We definitely don't want to go too high. I know we have plenty of money because we didn't spend it the last time for the last couple of years, but we definitely don't want to go too far over. And actually, I would like to keep it under our costs for what we've been spending for Collin County. We'd like to have an area good with parking. And also refreshments and a banquet. We've been relying on the church before, and they had some things pop up. Plus, with COVID restrictions, and we were not able to use their facility. So it would be great if we could have a facility that would facilitate our refreshments and the banquet. Then we just have to worry about the one location and not several locations. So that was one of the things. And then also our technical support. We definitely want to be able to present with the PowerPoint presentations out to you, with the technical support that we need there, and also being able to use our cameras that belong to the Cub to facilitate our Zoom meetings or what we call an in-person / Zoom hybrid type meeting where we're still able to do both. So that's those opportunities out there that we need to look for. Like I said, if you have an idea, I know there's a lot of people in businesses and stuff like that may know locations. Please let us know. Like I said, president@cchba.org is my email through the club. Like I said, just send me an email and we'll definitely put that before the board and definitely get out there and start looking at these locations. Like I said, I would love to get us back to networking. I know there's still people uncomfortable with the meeting place, but like I said, we will do it as safely as possible. To do that, we definitely don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. As far as our online presence, we do have our Facebook. We have a public page and a membership page. So there's one that just kind of gives information to the public so they know about us. We also have our internal membership page. Definitely, we have our secretary and our communications person monitoring those. They've been doing an outstanding job of keeping that up. We're trying to make improvements there. So if you like I said, join up. We do verify your membership if you're on the membership page. And, like I said, we want to keep that one strictly for our members. But like I said, our public page is kind of like the public service announcement and also answer questions for people that are not members. We do have our YouTube channel that we do post our meetings on. Like I said, the Beekeeping 101's on there. We'd like to continue that. And there may be opportunities to make it even better, and like I said, I'm not too much of a YouTuber, but I know there's things that all the time that they're getting done. And then of course our website, Mike Hatch has been taking care of that for a long time, and we definitely there may be some opportunities to do some improvements there. Like I said, we just need to take a look at that, and then make sure we're getting benefit to our members. I know this last year we were pushing to get our history section done up. So if you're under the About page, it kind of gives you some history of the club itself, plus some articles that were written in like the Bee Culture magazine and the TBA journal. that let you know about some of our founders that started this, how they started this club. So it's very interesting on that part as far as getting history of why our club was started. So some of our upcoming TBA events, I just wanted to kind of post this out there. Besides our Collin County events that are in your calendar, is the Texas Master Beekeeping Test. Like I said, I don't know when that's going to be and where they're going to have that one. The Northeast Texas meeting that they were going to have had been canceled. So I don't know if they're going to be trying to put this with the Central Texas clinic that they usually normally have. The summer clinic is tentative for the June 25th in Conroe. And I did get this from the TBA conference. So that is projected to, like I said, as long as we'll keep on doing what we're doing and being safe, that is projected for the summer clinic. We have our State Fair of Texas, so great opportunity for volunteers and getting yourself out there and out of the comfort zone and talking to lots of people. Is September 30th. It's almost it is the last day of the September to October 23rd. We do have opportunities there with the honey show, picture contests, all kinds of stuff like that. So be on watch on that. We'll have to have that coming up. And then our TBA convention is scheduled for the 4th and through the 6th. And that's going to be in Temple. And that's what the projection I got there. So that, be kind of more centrally located. That's about a 3-hour drive, I think, from our area down there. And it's always a good time to get to those conventions. And I'm going to do a kind of a quick run through on some of that from what I got this last year. So what's new coming from the TBA convention? Okay, so if you don't know, there is a new honeybee license plates available. You can, when you're going on there, I got a picture of it for those that haven't seen it yet, and I'll show that when I switch back. But there is the honeybee license plate. We will try to get that information posted out. I think I posted it out last year in one of the meetings, but we'll definitely get that re-energized. So if you want to get kind of a personalized plate or just a regular plate, but you want to support the honeybees, there's a percentage of the plate fee that goes back to the FEBA research. So that's through our Texas Honeybee Education Association. So that does help us with the research there. So deformed wing virus. So I really, while I was at TBA, I focused on diseases and varroa and a lot of those classes. I've heard enough about how to start hives and everything else like that, but what's affecting our bees here lately. And it was Dr. Lewis Bartlett. He's at the University of Georgia. He's actually from England. And I did get to spend a lot of the evening time talking with him separately and some of our networking groups and got to speak with him a lot. But deformed wing virus is one of our biggest culprits right now. If you've not heard of deformed wing virus, it's one of the viruses that the varroa does carry on. We learned that it actually starts in the varroa mite before it actually gets to the bee. So he was saying that the bees do have the different viruses already in them. And same thing with the varroa, but with the varroa, it's kind of like everything is dormant except for deformed wing virus. So deformed wing virus is actually starting production in the varroa mite. So by the time it gets infected into the bee, it's already at high levels. And if you have deformed wing virus, of course, you mean that's where the wings of the bee doesn't get to be fully grown. And so basically you have a house bee that's basically useless. They can work around the hive itself, but by the time they get to the older state, they can't go out there and forage. So like I said, if that's really rampant in your beehives, that's an opportunity to actually have a hive decrease in production of bees there, and you won't have those foragers to keep them going. So that was one of the things he was showing us, that with the varroa mite, it actually starts in the varroa mite, and by the time it hits the bees, we're already at critical levels there. So the deformed wing virus is definitely one of those, and you definitely can see it. We've had the BIV kind come out in our hives. That's the Bee Informed project, and then their tech team. And we've actually gone through bees and actually seen some of the workers that had the deformed wing while we were inspecting our hives. So that was one of the things we did learn there. As far as a varroa mite, they were trying to figure out how to do some testing on the varroa mite to see what kind of levels we're looking at. But as he said, as soon as you got the varroa mite out of the beehive, they didn't last very long. So they are definitely, they need the host, which is the bee, to survive. So, you know, they're in a lot of process there of trying to still figure that out. He's a evolutionary biologist, a infectious disease etymologist. So he's got lots of titles in there, but his, like I said, he's looking at the viruses and all of that type of deal. And he did say that the bees could live with the varroa mite as long as the viruses weren't at critical levels. As far as the queens, Mahoney bees and queens, Megan Mahoney, who used to be one of our tech transfer team VIP team leaders here a while back before we had Dan and Cade, who is our current one. She was one of the leads here for Texas. Very good speaker. I think we had her up at the club a couple times. She is back in Texas, and she is breeding her own bees and queens. So she is. So if you want Mahoney bees and queens, there's an opportunity. She's looking at varroa sensitive. Varroa sensitive hygienics type breeding, so that way that the bees will take care of themselves and get rid of the varroa or keep the varroa at bay. So she's working with that, and I'm actually working with another queen breeder that is working with her to get some of those into our own program, our own beehives, and see how they do. So hopefully we'll have some hygienic queens. So definitely, you know, looking forward to that, and then having some of those queens in our actually our own hive. So, you know, anything that we can do to help the bees to be to take care of the varroa and keep that deformed wing virus down. We do have a 2022 Texas honey queen, Marie Yenchek. She's out of the Navasota area, so she is going to be available for the Texas, you know, going around in Texas and presenting there. We are definitely going to be working to get her into our state fair program for this year, and have her do some presentations. And you know, like I said, if we want to get some presentations from her, that's an opportunity to have her come on and do some presentations also as a Texas honey queen. So she's here for educating Texas, and then, like I said, hopefully going on to our ABF and be a successful ABF queen. Real Texas Honey and our Texas Honey Bee Education Association. I said those are two different programs. I used to sit on the Real Texas Honey board. We had lots of new members on there, and I was asked if I could step down and allow an opportunity for some new members. And I said, definitely, I would love to have more. So I'm kind of helping with this Real Texas Honey program. I guess you would say as a consultant, but just more of a being up in the North Texas area. If they have questions as far as beekeepers go, I'm available to them to go out and do some inspections and talk to those beekeepers who are interested in the Real Texas Honey program up in our area. So I'm kind of like a point of contact for the North Texas area. Texas Honey Bee Health Education. Of course, we had the Nevin Weaver Foundation. I don't know what, not a grant, but it was a fund. We did raise over what they were expecting. I think they were looking at about $10,000 to raise, or 100,000. I can't remember what the total number was, but we far exceeded it, and that goes towards to the A&M group down there at our lab and helping us do some research in bees. So it's helping fund them. Like I said, there's not a lot of funding unless they go through grants, and sometimes that grant writing is hard. You have to definitely have the right wording on there. I know that Dr. Rangel is good at doing that. Like I said, it's always good for beekeepers to put back into that education part, so that way we can have that one. If you didn't know already, if you look on our website, we do send money to them. We have a John Talbert award there, the scholarship. We have sent that over there to help with the students that are going through A&M. So it is opportunity for their for the money that we send as the club. It goes out there and helps bring opportunities to those new PhD students. So we definitely would push that. We want to make sure that we were helping students get their degrees in etymology and research in the honeybees. So that, like I said, that we are participating in that as a club and sending that out to the Texas A&M lab there for the bee lab. All right, so where do we go from here? That is a question. If you have anything that you would like to submit to us, please submit it to, you can do board at CCHBA or president at CCHBA or info at cchba.org. Definitely give us your ideas. We would, like I said, we would love to make our club the best it can be. Like I said, we know there are some restrictions. I can sit on for the chat for a little while longer, and I will stop sharing my screen so I can show you the license plate. So if you haven't seen the license plate already, this is what it looks like. Hopefully it looks correct to you. But it is the Texas Love Honeybees plate. You can, like I said, you can make that request as far as when you renew your license and get that set up. I'm not for sure the total price, but you can also personalize it. My dad got his done with SCHF1 on his, so he's actually sporting the one. My wife's van is due in April, so I'm looking at giving her a Texas Love Honeybees plate also. I don't know if I'll go into making it personalized, but like I said, that'll be up to her. But this is an opportunity out there to give back to the Honeybee Education Association through Texas. Like I said, a portion of that fee that you pay will go back into the education and research. So that is available. All right. Also, if I've seen several people asking about mentors. Like I said, mentors at cchb.org. We'll go to the person that we're currently there. If not, like I said, send us a message through info at CCHBA. We'll definitely get you lined up. That is another priority that we're pushing on that one to get our mentors program. All right, so saw that a drone and queens are already taken. Okay, Peter. Oh, for the license plate. Okay. Drone and queen. So, okay. So, yeah, that's those that want to specialize. Drone and queen is already gone. So, he was talking about the license plate there. Scott did say that he was using PowerPoint. So, it's fairly simple to do. So, if somebody's interested in taking over as putting our calendar for 2023 out, we will definitely help you get that put together. And PowerPoint, if you know PowerPoint, should be fairly easy. Okay, so Scott also said, can you explain what is expected of a mentor? Should someone only do it if they're a beekeeping expert? So as far as a mentor, part of our mentor program is to help you get educated and increase your knowledge there. Not only do we have the mentors to help mentees, but our leader that we have set up on there, it should be educating our mentors at the same time to make sure that you're educated there. The biggest thing with that one is to help, you're helping your fellow beekeeper, especially if they're in your area. Because like I said, myself, I'm pretty busy, but like I said, it's hard for me if I got on as a mentor being in the southern Collin County area. If somebody from McKinney is wanting a mentor, we'll definitely want to pair you up with somebody close to you. We did have some previous scholarship parents and students take on the new scholarship students that we had this year. So they shared their knowledge of how they went through. So it doesn't take a super expert. Like I said, if you're stuck and can't figure something out, that's what our club is for. You can send it through our club email. You send it to me or my dad. Would definitely, like I said, it may take us a little while to answer it, but email or text is the best. But we can definitely help you out, in a situation. Pictures are always great. We had some that were doing them by phone through our tough times through COVID. But a lot of them, like I said, if you're close enough together, you're outside, it shouldn't be a problem. But you'd be able to go in and look in somebody's hive and kind of tell what's going on. So it's based on your expertise on how much you want to mentor. You know, maybe your mentorship would be to help a student that's in your area. So you know, you're talking about just the basics there, or if you're talking about being a mentor to, you know, some first and second year beekeepers, then, you know, like I said, we'll pair you that way. So we definitely don't want to put you above and beyond what you think your expertise is. But like I said, we know everybody's got a story to share, and that's usually how you learn, is through what you've experienced. So definitely on the mentor side, we will definitely not just stick you with somebody and say, okay, you got to teach them everything. It's per your level. And like I said, if it's through a student or first timer, you know, a lot of times it's just getting them through the basics. Like I said, I know I've made my share of mistakes, and I probably teach you better on my mistakes than I can on what I've actually done. So, you know, the mistakes kind of where you start learning and go from there. You know, like I said, beekeeping is a learning process. I don't want to. I always tell people in my class, you know, you're not really a beekeeper, you're a bee manager. You're just kind of helping them do what they already know how to do best. And usually we mess it up more than what they do, and they're going to do what they need to do anyway. I've definitely done lots of trials and errors with bees, and they've continued on and done what they needed to do even without my help. So, you know, it's definitely just kind of give experience to those that need it. And like I said, just kind of keep them close to your area, and more of a helping each other type deal. We definitely don't want to pair somebody, you know, from North Collin County with South Collin County. We like to keep them in the same area. Are there any more questions out there? I was trying to keep this at about an hour. Like I said, I know that it's start of the year, and I'm excited, and I'm ready to jump in with both feet and try to get this back into a regular meeting time and sharing with each other. Like I said, I miss a lot of people, and I don't get to see enough of them around and talk to them like we used to. So only when they come by and see us, or when I meet them into Walmart or somewhere that we actually get to talk bees, or if they call me on the phone. So I definitely know that it's a lot better when we can talk in person and have a great time that way and share our knowledge and experience, and especially like hearing from our queens and princesses and then the different students. We had our graduation this last December for the last group that came through, and we had our presentations here at the Sabine Creek Honey Farm. So they did get an opportunity to present. We had some great, I was shocked. Oh my gosh, we had some great presentations by the scholarship students, and even one that made her own soap, went far above and beyond. But like I said, that's what she wanted to learn, and gave us a great presentation, and even brought some samples. So, I mean, like I said, you know, I think the program is doing well, but we can always do better. All right. Is there any other questions?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm new. I just bought 2 hives, and I'm looking for a mentor. I live in McKinney off of Custer Road, north of 380.
Okay. If you will send us your information through info@cchba.org, and also tag the mentor at cchba.org. We will mentors@cchba.org. We will get you set up with somebody. If we have to post it out on our Facebook page to find it, we'll do it. But I'll be working with our current mentorship guy to make sure he's still on board. If he's not on board, we will find somebody to get you on board.
Let me get a pencil here and write that down. Say it again, please.
Okay, you can do it at info@cchba.org, or mentors, MENTORS, @cchba.org.
Got it.
And like I said, just send us a note and let us know, and we will try to line you up with somebody in that area. Like I said, we had last count before January, we had 259 members. If you haven't noticed already, our renewal time is set up. So get your renewal in. We are offering the calendars free again. So first come, first serve, get them in. I've already got mine, and I'm enjoying it already. So definitely get your calendar. I think it was a great job. You get to see the pictures from the photo contest, but we will definitely line you up. This is that calendar, so we get them mailed out to you. So get your renewals or either your new membership. We will send those to you. And if there's nothing else, like I said, congratulations to Scott and Blake for the winning the or getting the awards this year. Like I said, I wish we could have presented them at a banquet. Like I said, that's another thing I'm looking forward to, is trying to get us a banquet back together and have some good food from everybody. It's always good, like I said, to get together and share. The auction is always fun, and then also we do our election process there too. So, like I said, this is my second term. So next year I will have to step down, and we'll be looking for our new president and vice president. So if you're interested in that, you can definitely come to our meetings and learn about those. Trying to do some plugs all at the same time. I think I've kind of covered everything. Like I said, we do need a newsletter editor. So please, if you're interested, we can get you lined up on that and get that information passed on you. Like I said, Scott has done an awesome job with that and has been doing it for several years for us now. So like I said, I know that you know, like I said, sometimes it's time to step down and give it another opportunity there. Like I said, you know, we do have our day-to-day jobs that do take away from us. And like I said, there's lots of different working parts to make this club run. If you look over into your chat boxes, we do have the emails and also where to do your membership renewals. And also if you want to purchase extra calendars, like I said, it's first come, first serve on those calendars. Once they're gone, they're gone. So definitely get your renewals in and get your calendar. It's a great opportunity over there. Like I said, it's got the beekeeping tips for each month that we do talk about in our bee talk. So if there's nothing else, I would like to say thank you again for the group that has come on. And like I said, hopefully we'll have a great year this year and have the opportunity to, like I said, get back to networking. And that, like I said, that's will be one of our goals for this year is trying to get that set up and getting good opportunities for y'all. So thank you very much. And I will see you all next month, and hopefully maybe in person. You know, we'll see what we can do. Like I said, if you're interested in the board, our board meeting, I think will be continued on Zoom. Will be next Monday night at 6:30. Please give our website guy an email if you're wanting to get on those. If you're interested in any of those positions, we can get you on and get you part of that board meeting. But we do next Monday night at 6:30. It's on the it will be the 17th, which is Martin Luther King Day. So it'll be easy to remember. We do that starting at 6:30. And we'll try to keep it short and go over the business meetings and then go from there. So thank you. And like I said, the membership is announcement is over into the chat box. If you haven't got it yet, give a little time for that. That's where you go to renew. HTTPS it's /cchba.org/support/shop. And that's where you can go do your renewals. All right. Thank you so much for attending. And we will see you next time. Thank you.